The Iraqi Dinar today, latest news for those navigating the complex landscape of global currencies, particularly holding assets like the Iraqi Dinar IQD or the Vietnamese Dong VND. The experience is often defined by a pervasive sense of waiting. This long-term commitment to a potential future shift in value is far more than a simple financial position. It becomes an endurance test for mental fortitude. Many viewers have spent months, perhaps even years, engaged in this careful observation, with their attention fixed on international economic indicators and central bank movements. It is critical to recognize the common emotional toll this journey takes, which can include frustration, moments of anxiety, and a nagging sense of uncertainty about the end goal. This emotional landscape is not a sign of individual weakness, but rather a universal reaction to sustained, high-stakes ambiguity in a globally interconnected system. The sheer volume of time dedicated to researching news, sifting through speculative forum discussions, and tracking minute changes in exchange rates can be emotionally exhausting. It is perfectly understandable to occasionally question the initial rationale for holding these assets, or to feel a surge of panic when an unfounded rumor sweeps through online communities. Furthermore, there is a natural human tendency to feel as though one is missing out on other opportunities while waiting for this specific financial scenario to unfold. These doubts and anxieties are not aberrations. They are intrinsic to the experience of observing markets that are positioned for potentially significant structural economic reform. Acknowledging this reality is the first step toward transforming emotional reactions into a disciplined, strategic posture. It is paramount to internalize a foundational concept. The discomfort, the late-night worries, and the persistent internal debate are not unproductive energy drains. In fact, this very struggle is a hidden catalyst, silently building a deep reservoir of mental and emotional strength. This personal fortitude will become the single most valuable asset when the anticipated market movement finally materializes. Today, we will shift the conversation away from passive waiting and explore how this prolonged period of patience should be viewed as an active, critical strategic process. It is about understanding how current challenges are secretly forging a necessary financial and psychological resilience, preparing one for the moment of change. Our discussion is focused on the mechanisms of control and discipline that are essential in this environment, ultimately serving to transform anxiety into a structured, actionable strategy. The path of holding currencies like the IQD and VND is fundamentally demanding, requiring a specific kind of mental toughness. The first step toward mastering this situation is simply to admit the inherent difficulty of the waiting game. There are undoubtedly mornings where the latest rates are checked immediately, leading to a profound sense of disappointment when the numbers have remained static. The internal voice of doubt may ask if the fundamental decision was sound, or if the entire endeavor is a chase after an illusory target. Every piece of information consumed, be it a policy analysis, a market report, or an unreliable social media prediction that ultimately fails to materialize, can act as a fresh trigger for panic or renewed doubt. It is essential to categorize these emotional reactions correctly. They are natural, hardwired responses to uncertainty, but they do not possess any objective value as evidence of a flawed strategy. Instead, these emotional hurdles should be viewed as essential training exercises, part of the curriculum required to become a disciplined and patient observer of global currency markets. True success in any high-stakes financial scenario is not achieved by avoiding stress, but by consistently learning how to navigate through it effectively without making impulsive decisions. The current period of market stasis and the frustration it generates is actually an invaluable training ground for future stability and clear decision-making. Whether fully conscious of it or not, The process of enduring this uncertainty is silently bolstering one's mental and emotional resilience. This sustained period acts as a forge, teaching the mind to resist the powerful urge for impulsive action, to maintain a state of calm when the external pressure increases, and to prioritize rational, logic-based choices over emotional reactions. This specific type of resilience is the crucial separator between a casual participant and the strategic individual who can convert long-term patience into a legitimate, competitive advantage. Every anxious moment that is successfully endured without capitulating to panic is a foundational step in shaping the mindset and toughness that will be absolutely required when a significant market shift or revaluation event finally takes place. By reframing the frustration as a symptom of necessary psychological growth rather than a sign of failure, one can fundamentally alter the narrative of the holding strategy. The perspective shifts from one of passive suffering to one of deliberate, tactical preparation, where every day of waiting is a day spent building a stronger foundation for success. This mental alignment is a pivotal part of the overall strategy. A structural revaluation or a major economic realignment is seldom a singular, abrupt event that happens without warning. It is rarely the flip of a switch that delivers instant gratification overnight. Rather, it is typically the culmination of a complex, carefully sequenced series of economic, political, and logistical moves that are executed over a prolonged time frame. Central banks, sovereign governments, and major global financial institutions are constantly engaged in positioning and maneuvering their assets and policies in anticipation of shifts that will ultimately impact the values of currencies like the Iraqi Dinar and the Vietnamese Dong. Understanding this deliberate process is paramount to maintaining composure in the present moment. From the outside, it can often feel as though the process has stalled, or that absolutely nothing of significance is taking place. However, the most critical groundwork for major currency shifts is invariably laid down behind the scenes, far from public scrutiny and daily headlines. Economic policies are being carefully coordinated, international trade and finance strategies are being adjusted, and necessary banking infrastructure preparations are typically well underway long before any official public announcement is made. For individuals who have committed to a patient holding strategy, this period of apparent inactivity is actually a hidden, vital opportunity to cultivate both mental and financial readiness for the eventual change. The key to successfully navigating this extended holding phase is a combination of unwavering discipline and a commitment to staying informed through reliable, factual sources. It requires a strict resistance to the urge to react emotionally to every minor fluctuation or unsubstantiated rumor. When the confluence of market conditions finally aligns for a significant move, those who have consciously endured and prepared during this quiet phase will be uniquely equipped to navigate the new financial landscape with clarity, confidence, and a pre-existing plan. The mindset cultivated today acts as the literal architect for the outcomes of tomorrow. By consciously choosing to shift one's perspective, the delay is transformed from a frustrating roadblock into an intensive, active phase of preparation. Feeling moments of anxiety or doubt is a fundamentally natural human response, but the ability to harness that feeling and transform every uncomfortable emotion into fuel for disciplined action is a critical skill. This waiting period should be conceptualized as a rigorous, ongoing training camp designed to build financial and emotional resilience. The process is not merely about holding a piece of paper or a digital ledger. It is about actively developing the focus, patience, and strategic thinking necessary to act decisively when others are paralyzed by the sudden shift in uncertainty. Every single moment of resistance to the impulse to panic, and every second spent maintaining a disciplined focus, contributes to a firmer, more robust foundation for future strategic power. Most participants fail in these long-term currency endeavors because they permit their volatile emotions to dictate their actions, leading to ill-timed decisions. The successful holder, however, is actively learning to control these emotions, preventing them from becoming the primary decision maker. This is the precise type of intentional preparation that converts periods of frustration into genuine strength and hesitation into a calculated strategic advantage. The patience demonstrated during this phase is itself a strategic asset, one that will ultimately enable the execution of intelligent, well-considered decisions when the market eventually shifts in a potentially favorable direction. A deep understanding of underlying market dynamics is an essential component of this prepared position. The quiet actions of central banks, evolving government fiscal and monetary policies, and significant international economic movements are continually setting the stage for major changes in the value of global currencies. While the daily news might seem calm or repetitious, beneath the surface, complex and persistent preparations are constantly evolving toward a new reality. For those holding the IQD and VND, the ability to recognize the subtle, often opaque signs of change is profoundly important. Paying close attention to policy shifts regarding monetary reform, the implementation of new international trade agreements, and official central bank updates provides crucial signals that the market structure is actively positioning itself for a new reality. Even during periods when the market appears dead quiet, strategic preparation is continually taking place within the high-level corridors of economic and political power. True patience should never be confused with simple passivity. It is, in fact, an active process of persistent observation, informed analysis, and strategic personal positioning. By remaining disciplined and staying authentically informed, the holder is actively preparing to act with precision at the moment others might be caught entirely off guard. Historical analysis of markets shows conclusively that the most quiet, seemingly dormant periods are often the ones that immediately precede the largest economic opportunities. The ability to endure this extended period with focus and clarity is what will ultimately determine how effectively one can navigate the new financial landscape when a revaluation or major market shift occurs. The emotional strength that is gained from the sheer experience of holding these currencies through dry spells is arguably as valuable as the potential financial outcome. Every anxious night survived, every moment of self-doubt carefully analyzed and dismissed, and every challenge overcome in maintaining focus builds a reservoir of resilience and self-confidence that cannot be purchased. When a major market event finally occurs, the prepared individual will not merely be a passive recipient of numbers changing on a screen. They will be equipped and ready to execute pre-planned decisions calmly and strategically, having already won the fundamental mental battle against impulse. Emotional resilience enables the holder to recognize a valid opportunity where others may only perceive risk, to act decisively without crippling hesitation, and to maintain a laser-like focus when the majority of the market is consumed by panic. By choosing to endure the uncertainty now, one is developing a foundational mindset that will serve them far beyond the confines of currency exchange, benefiting all aspects of future life. This profound mental power is a critical, yet frequently overlooked element of genuine financial success. Holding these assets is about far more than just the currency itself. It is a long-term project dedicated to building a strategic mindset, cultivating financial foresight, and mastering the ability to execute rational decisions under high, sustained pressure. This preparation is a holistic undertaking that yields lasting personal growth. Practical, tactical steps can transform this mental preparation into tangible, repeatable results. First and foremost, a holder must commit to staying informed only via reliable, verified updates, and strictly avoid the rumor, market-driven panic that inevitably circulates on social media platforms. Understanding broader macroeconomic trends, specific government and central bank policies, and the subtle shifts in the global financial environment equips one to act strategically rather than being forced into a reactive stance. A highly effective habit is maintaining a dedicated journal to track one's emotional responses, thoughts, and planned actions related to market changes. Documenting these personal reactions serves to strengthen the ability to maintain rationality under severe stress, and provides a critical blueprint for effective decision-making when the environment is rapidly changing. This journal acts as an objective mirror, revealing one's emotional triggers so they can be mastered before they can negatively impact financial decisions. Furthermore, deliberately connecting with a community of patient, disciplined, and like-minded individuals can reinforce this strategic mindset and provide necessary factual guidance, filtering out noise. Avoiding the panic-driven chatter that so often leads to impulsive mistakes is vital for preserving one's position. The strategic preparation is not solely a mental exercise. It must also be tactical and built upon daily, disciplined action. It is equally important to meticulously plan the strategy in advance, considering the various scenarios that may unfold when the market shifts. This involves thinking ahead to precisely how one will respond, identifying the best potential opportunities for action, and creating a clear, written plan for maximizing a favorable position. This kind of careful, strategic preparation dramatically reduces stress because it ensures that choices are not being made reactively in the heat of the moment, but are executed deliberately according to a pre-approved script. The decisions made today regarding the manner of holding, the potential timing of action, and the evaluation of various risks are all building blocks laying the foundation for future success. Investors who commit to careful preparation almost always outperform those who rely primarily on luck or impulsive, short-term choices. Every action taken now, from the observation of emerging trends to the planning of specific strategies, adds incrementally to a cumulative advantage. The holder is quietly building a robust foundation for potentially extraordinary outcomes, while others are engaging in hasty actions that risk their eventual gains. It is important to acknowledge and celebrate small, yet significant, victories, such as ignoring a baseless rumor or remaining calm and steady during a minor market dip. Every single day that one resists the urge to panic and maintains a steady holding course is a tangible step toward the long-term goal. These small acts of self-control compound over time, creating a mindset and a skill set that far surpasses the capability of the ordinary, reactive market participant. The entire journey may feel incredibly long and often frustrating, but every day of patient endurance builds both readiness and strength, which are the true engines of success. For all IQD and VND holders, patience must be understood as an extremely active form of strategic preparation. Every day dedicated to careful observation, disciplined adherence to a plan, and rational decision-making significantly strengthens one's capacity to seize the crucial moment when the market dynamics finally align. The endurance demonstrated today is the direct precursor to powerful results tomorrow, both in terms of financial outcome and enduring mental strength. This journey is about far more than just numerical value. It is a masterclass in fear management, doubt control, and the critical development of emotional discipline under prolonged stress. Every moment of anxiety and every worry regarding market fluctuations serves as an intensive training ground for resilience. The emotional strength gained from this process is one of the most valuable tools an individual can possess. By enduring the pressure today, one gains the clarity and self-confidence required for tomorrow's strategic actions. When the market shift occurs, the prepared individual will be able to act strategically, recognize the valid opportunities amidst the chaos, and maximize their position with calm, rational assurance. Holding currency in this long-term context is not a passive act. It is a deliberate, conscious process of continuous mental and financial growth. By fully mastering one's own emotions, a unique skill set is developed that allows an individual to thrive in an environment of high uncertainty, a trait that is exceedingly rare. This is the exact mechanism by which patience is converted into enduring power, and how continuous endurance is transformed into a profound strategic advantage. Financial power originates not just from the numbers in a bank account, but fundamentally from the confidence that is quietly built through disciplined, consistent action over an extended period. By maintaining a position in IQD and VND, one is creating options and flexibility that are often forfeited by impulsive, short-term thinkers. The patient holder gains the distinct ability to make truly strategic decisions, to evaluate sudden opportunities with a clear, calm mind, and to respond intelligently rather than reactively to major market shifts. This superior advantage comes directly from enduring the prolonged uncertainty and maintaining an unwavering focus while others succumb to panic. By deliberately converting feelings of anxiety into a structured plan of preparation, one builds financial and mental strength simultaneously. The market ultimately rewards foresight, strategic thinking, emotional resilience, and the consistent, careful observation of underlying trends. The lessons learned during this period extend far beyond the narrow scope of currency exchange. The core qualities of discipline, strategic thinking, and patience are inherently transferable skills that will enhance every aspect of life, from professional endeavors to personal relationships. By consistently managing emotions under pressure, maintaining a vigilant watch over economic trends, and actively preparing for future opportunity, one develops a mindset that fosters success across the board. The experience of holding IQD and VND is, in a very real sense, a comprehensive masterclass in focus, endurance, and practical strategic thinking. These cultivated qualities enable decisions to be made with absolute clarity, foster the confidence to act in times of profound uncertainty, and sharpen the ability to recognize subtle opportunities that others miss because their judgment is distracted by noise. The entire process of enduring this sustained stress equips the holder with powerful tools for financial and personal growth that will last a lifetime. This journey is fundamentally a transformation of anxiety into tangible strategic power, comprehensively preparing one for success both within the markets and in life at large. The journey is also fundamentally about a crucial shift in perspective. While most individuals react impulsively to market noise and fleeting headlines, the strategic holder is learning to calmly observe, analyze, and act only when the conditions align with their pre-established plan. This patient, analytical approach provides a massive, long-term advantage over the reactive majority. The market structure is designed to eventually reward those who have carefully cultivated discipline, enduring patience, and profound foresight. Every moment of quiet frustration, every anxious night spent observing, and every fleeting thought of doubt is, in reality, building the foundational structure for future gains. By remaining absolutely calm and focused in the present, a clear roadmap for success is being created, which will enable decisive, effective action when the window of opportunity finally opens. The quiet, seemingly inactive moments are paradoxically the most important ones, as they are the very moments in which personal power and strategic readiness are silently constructed. Holding IQD and VND is a training process designed to create not just a holder of currency, but a sophisticated strategic thinker and a high-level, rational decision-maker. The true value of this entire experience is rooted not just in the potential financial outcome, but in the enduring preparation and foresight being developed with every passing day. Every anxious moment survived, and every conscious choice to resist panic is the completion of a lesson in discipline and strategic execution. Most people fail because they misinterpret temporary market stagnation as permanent failure and react emotionally, often selling prematurely or making hasty decisions based on overwhelming fear. Conversely, by holding steadily and observing the underlying trends, the strategic framework is built to allow decisive, rational action precisely when it matters most. Patience remains the strongest and most valuable asset during this period, and it is the mechanism that will allow the recognition of opportunities that others completely overlook. This prolonged period of waiting, although undeniably uncomfortable and taxing, is secretly and actively empowering the holder. It is a time for learning to analyze complex global trends, to anticipate subtle market shifts, and to maintain a profound sense of calm under continuous pressure. When the time for the market event arrives, it will not be experienced as a random, shocking occurrence. For the prepared individual, it will be the logical, expected culmination of their deep preparation. They will be fully ready to act with clarity, unshakable confidence, and strategic foresight. The necessary struggles endured today are fundamentally shaping the person who will be ready to execute tomorrow. Financial opportunities rarely, if ever, favor the impatient or the impulsive. While many observers see stagnant rates and simply give up, those who choose to endure and stay prepared gain an exponential, compounding advantage. The current commitment to holding IQD and VND is about much more than simply waiting for numbers to rise. It is about the transformation into a strategic market participant who deeply understands timing, the complex interplay of market forces, and the power of emotional discipline. Every single day spent resisting panic and maintaining a sharp focus contributes to this compounding advantage, positioning the holder for optimal results. The future may appear uncertain to the casual observer, but a state of unwavering preparedness fundamentally transforms that uncertainty into a clear, structured opportunity. By vigilantly observing major policy shifts, long-term market trends, and global economic movements, the holder gains critical insights that the majority will never attain. These insights are the foundation that allows for strategic decisions and the maximization of gains when the market finally moves. The overall process is inherently slow and requires tremendous discipline, but every moment of committed patience is a building block for future strategic power, which extends far beyond this single currency position. Ultimately, this endeavor is an investment not only in foreign currency but in one's own mental strength and strategic skill set, which will provide dividends for the rest of one's life. Holding IQD and VND is an intensive masterclass in emotional resilience. This hard-won emotional discipline enables the holder to act calmly when others are panicking, to perceive genuine opportunity where others only see paralyzing risks, and to maintain laser-like focus when the market environment appears chaotic. The anxiety felt today is temporary and fleeting, but the deep-seated lessons learned from successfully enduring it are permanent and invaluable. By consciously learning to manage stress, resist the urge for impulsive, reactive decisions, and consistently maintain clarity of thought, the holder is fully preparing for an event that has the potential to dramatically change their overall situation. This ability to maintain composure is the silent, secret advantage of the patient holder. While the masses are reacting and driven by external emotion, the prepared individual is gaining superior mental and strategic strength. When the inevitable shift occurs, those who have consciously cultivated patience and foresight will possess the calm confidence required to strategically maximize their position. Emotional resilience is a rare, highly valuable skill, and every moment spent practicing it now enhances the ability to navigate both market conditions and major life challenges successfully. Strategy is absolutely critical during this prolonged period of waiting. It is not sufficient to simply hold the currency. A meticulous plan of action must be developed in advance. This requires careful, objective thought about precisely how to respond when the values change, clearly identifying ultimate financial goals, systematically evaluating various options, and creating the best tactical approach to maximize the outcome. Strategic preparation ensures that all actions taken are deliberate and intentional rather than purely reactive. Most people fail because their actions are dictated by fear, driven trends, market noise, or baseless rumors. The disciplined holder, conversely, is learning to act with foresight and unwavering intention. Every observation, every note documented in the journal, and every disciplined, non-emotional decision strengthens this strategic advantage. By planning with care now, future stress is significantly reduced, and the position is optimized to capitalize on opportunities that may arise with sudden speed. The ability to seamlessly combine patience, market insight, and strategic action will ultimately define the degree of success achieved. When the market finally moves, the long journey of holding IQD and VND will prove to be not only a financial endeavor, but a powerful and transformative journey of immense personal growth.